Hello, beautiful souls. You are now watching a ride along with me with Chris Cypher, featuring your host, Chris Cypher. How is it going, y'all? A little hot outside. Unnecessarily. Can I get a what? Oh my goodness. It is. So, usually I have rather open forum or kind of random, but I wanted to just specify a topic for today or this episode that I'm going to try to remain within the circumference of, and that topic is okay, so generally like your energy, but more so how to claim your energy, how to take back your control. And lots of my devotion time, my studies has been in the realm of not only manifestation, but how to stopping your blessings from coming in, how to accept those things that the universe is wishing to give you. Because a lot of times in our journey, the universe is screaming, begging you to take these blessings, to receive these gifts. And many times either we ignore them or even push back against them, either consciously or subconsciously. For example, some ways that I notice that I have been pushing back my blessings is just, I didn't notice I was pushing back. I thought that I was seeking and searching. But when you seek and search in an aggressive way, where you're basically demanding that you reach a higher level now, that is from a place of arrogance. So I was just searching and expecting an immediate change, when change for the good is gradual. There is moments where it does get much better and the burden is much lighter, but you have to remember that it is a fluctuating spectrum. Learning anything, you don't just learn how to do something and then it's easy. There are circumstances and surrounding situations that can always offer new difficulty. So we have to take those into consideration. And the outliers, or the common, the common variable of opposition is something that I have been needing to take more into consideration, because unfortunately everything you do comes with opposition. If you're walking, and life is like walking, doing anything in life is like walking through water. Now, at times, the water may be still, offering the least resistance, but still some resistance. I mean, have you ever tried to run in water? It never really goes well. So just like going through the water, when you're going through life, it's best to just go carefully and calculated. You don't have to rush, but that doesn't mean you don't have to necessarily go super duper slow and, just drag everything out. It does mean, however, that you should not rush through anything, really. If the situation deserves your energy to begin with, then it deserves your energy thoroughly and to be thoroughly thought out. But this, and then at times when you're walking through the water, you may be walking with the current. You may be walking and it may push you along a little bit. Situations sometimes are set up to where they help you along, and it seems organic and everything just kind of flows together and goes right. And then there are times when you're walking through the water and you're walking against the grain. You're pushing against the current. And these are like the times in life where the things are pushing against you. Now, in all three circumstances, you have the opportunity to to actualize your highest energetic potentiality by holding yourself to a higher energetic standard. Meaning you have the opportunity to be the most efficient by most efficiently delegating your energies. And if you spend all of your time, all of your energy fighting against the negative aspects of yourself, then what are you feeding? The negative aspects of yourself. I like to think of it as when you think about something, you're feeding it. Regardless of the nature of the thought, you are thinking about it. It is occupying your mind, therefore occupying your energy, and you're feeding it. So if you spend most of your time thinking about how you don't like this about yourself, how you want to change this, how you're going to change this, what you're not going to do, then that is what you are feeding. And that is, unfortunately, what you are going to end up manifesting. So instead of thinking about all these things that you don't want to do, that you want to change, that this and that, allow your energetic system to be more positive focused. Now, I'm not saying that you should ignore all the wrong things, because when things are wrong, they do deserve and require a certain level of attention. But when all of your attention is focused on these things, it's not a good thing. So, let's say, for example, I don't meditate enough, or as much as I'd like to. I definitely don't, as much as I'd like to. If I meditated as much as I'd like to, ideally, I would just meditate most of the time. So that's unreasonable. So I don't meditate as much as I like, and I try not to let it get me down. But if I were to focus on how I don't meditate enough, and how I don't like that I don't meditate enough, and how my life could be better if I meditated more, but it's not, and I'm just whining about it and to myself, just kind of like a little pity party. Then what energetic perspective am I supporting? They're not meditating enough, right? So that is just perpetuating me not meditating enough, and the energy of me not meditating enough. So, I end up not meditating as much as I need to. But instead of looking at it from that perspective, I broaden my perception, and I say, hey, today I'm gonna meditate 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here. So for an hour. But whenever I can find 20 minutes, I might just decide to meditate. That's not too bad. That's a little bit more of a positive perspective. See, this is what I'm trying, this is the point I'm trying to make, is adding a positive perspective to improve your energetic system. So, because your output is largely based on your input. It's not solely based on your input, I would argue, but there are factors that do have an effect that are not directly based on your input. But what I'm saying is thought in, energy out, so focusing on placing those positive thoughts for that energy. When you wish for something, when you focus on something and you want something deeply, think of yourself as already having it. Pray as if you have already received. This is a very common ideology. So then, when you adopt the mindset of victory, then you become victorious in your daily life. When you have a mindset of victimization and defeatism and, oh, my life is so hard, woe is me, this and that is da 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 da, then that's what you're going to attract, because that's what you claim. So what you claim has power, and that's why with this whole mental illness fad going around, and people are like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm this and that, I'm that and that. I just think it's kind of taking power away from the individual. When you say you are something, that's something what you say. If you identify with that, then that is a property that you introduce into your energetic structure. So if I say that I'm just, I'm an easygoing guy, I'm calm and thoughtful, then if that's truly what I identify myself as, that is the energy that I am going to perpetuate. However, if I say, oh, I'm a bad person, I just get angry so easily, I'm always anxious and depressed, that's just a negative perception of yourself, and that is what you're going to end up, that's the energy that you're going to end up producing. So it's always very important. I like to try to push the idea of just not putting labels on yourself in the first place, if it can be helped. because once you label yourself and identify with that label, then that, that enters your energetic field and can become perpetuated. But I like to just try to stay free of associating myself with one or another type of thing, just to keep my energies fresh. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm this or I'm that, or I follow this or follow that. It's kind of like a moment to moment journey, which it is for everybody. It's not like we live today and then we live tomorrow, and then we live the next day. No, we live this moment, this breath, this second, this step, and then to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. So it's not just bang, 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 bang. It's more of a more of a flow that we have, opposed to just a checklist, or I do this and this and this and this. So I'm reaching my destination, but in conclusion, I just really did want to say, to claim your energies, you have to let go of the perception that you don't have them, and just try to work with yourself. You have to work with yourself. It's not gonna come immediately. It's not gonna be easy, and you're going to have setbacks. You're gonna have better days and worse days, but you have to know that you're doing your best, and in order to do that, then you have to do your best. And just keep on trying, keep on thinking, and keep hold of your own mind. And that has been a ride along with me with Chris Cypher, featuring me, your host, Chris Cypher. And I am outie. Thank you so very much for listening. All the love, joy, and wisdom. Today, take today to say that today is the day that I have victory. Claim it, see it, believe it, be it. And I'll see you next time.